Morning of day 5, sitting by our tent, having breakfast. There is Red Butte Mountain in the background. We came down beside that mountain yesterday, and then we came down this drainage. And then today, originally our plan was to go up the drainage up this way, but the fire and all the dead trees has not been cleared out. So we're making plan B. Plan B is we're gonna head down along this river valley, and then we're gonna head north for a while, do a little loop up into the mountains over to here, and then sort of come back down by that river valley where we will camp for the night. We will keep you posted. A little bit of morning sun coming over the mountain. That'll be lovely. Help dry out our tent. Our tent had a bit of condensation, not from the moisture in the air, but the moisture from inside of us. When we were breathing in the tent, we had it all closed down last night, so it got a bit damp. But just getting ready for some coffee. There's Renee got the stove going, and we are gonna have our morning coffee and watch the sun come up over the mountains. Take care and see you down the trail.
So morning of day 5. No, it's 5.
Oh.
Beautiful day. Supposed to be Pacific moisture, but there is no moisture in the air. I coerced Pierre into climbing a mountain, much to his chagrin. But it looks like the views may be promising. There was no water, so we had to walk a little bit extra to pick up some extra water. It's about a 5.4 mile climb. We did see a deer part, so a little bit worried about bears, but we'll keep noisy and loud. Views are looking good. We're going to, what was it, Prairie something lookout?
Prairie Reef.
Prairie Reef lookout, which I'm assuming is somewhere up there. But we have a ways to go to get there. So continuing up the trail, you got pretty great views.
There's Red Butte.
Red Butte. See White Mountain behind there. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, you can just see the tip of it there. And then looking back, apparently we're going to be climbing about 4,000 feet to the very tip top, which will be our highest elevation and our biggest climb. That is where we were going to go up. That drainage there, as you can see, all lots of dead trees and burn. So happy with what we're doing. We are at the top, finally, of the lookout. And it's really quite smoky. Well, I mean, we can't breathe them. It's not like you can breathe it in or smell it or anything, but the view is not quite as impressive as it would be otherwise, but still pretty amazing. Let's see down in the valley. Ones that we saw earlier, packed up. Got some people up here and Pierre is being social with. And there's a watchtower. So we're at the end of our day, our big climb day. The last 4 miles have been really quite easy. They just kind of flew by. So we'll end up with squeezing every ounce of our energy out of this day. But really pretty views all around us. It's been a really nice walk, not too rocky and not, you know, just kind of undulating. Ups and downs, but it's been nice. So we finally made it to camp. We're right along the river again. Set up, got cleaned up, getting ready to make some dinner. It's about 6:30. About 17 miles today. This is the view from the other side. And then if you come around the corner here, we're right by this big bridge, which we won't be going over, but it's kind of cool. Really pretty. And then the river's right there.
Morning of day 6. Here's our breakfast site. It's the bridge going over the Sun River. Just above Renee's head, there was a herd of elk that were in the lowlands there, and they were bugling all night long. And this morning they made their way up to the ridgeline, and I'm suspecting that they're probably bedded down in that crop of trees at the very ridgeline. Here is a look of our tent before we take it down. We're leaving it up because it's a cool morning. It's still got a little bit of dew on it, so you actually get to see it for a change, but it's right there. And then our background with the mountains. And through this little bit of bushes here, there would be the Sun River. So this is a pretty ideal spot. We'll check in with you down the trail.
It's our 6th morning, our last full day on trail in Montana in the Bob Marshal Wilderness. And we're kind of added on some extra miles by going up one side of the river and down the other of the south fork of the Sun River. And it's really pretty. Making our way. Should be kind of a chill day, kind of some rolling ups and downs, which is, I think, what we both need after yesterday, just hard. But we're also talking about how our bodies have held up pretty well for as many days and miles as we did, so we're happy about that.
Right, Renee. Down there.
Oh yeah.
Look, the little ones there.
Yep.
You want them to move and they'll be able to see them on camera. Looking north into Pretty Prairie Valley. And somewhere in this little valley, according to the map, there's an airstrip. But I don't think the airstrip is operational. I think the airstrip was there before the Wilderness Act of the 1960s, and so it's still on the map. But here it is, got the river. The South Fork has met up with the main fork. Here's the Sun River. It's beautiful. Apparently there's a campsite below, or people have used this, the campsite below. And then we're heading down this valley, and then we'll cross the river when we go through that gorge over there, and then make our way back on the other side.
So we turned the corner a while back, and we are on our last leg of our journey. Pretty beautiful though. It's definitely a less traveled trail on the other side of the river. Lots of blow down or burn here. Look back at where we came from. It's pretty. Lots of big cliffs all around us. It'll probably last maybe 9 miles of the day. Of the trip. We'll camp at a campground and then road walk to our car tomorrow morning.
Last river crossing of the South Fork, Sun River. We make it to the other side, and then we've got about 2 miles to the trailhead, and then civilization just about 20 miles down the road.
So we set up camp. We decided to find our own little oasis campsite. We went into the campground and realized that it was a horse place, and there's tons of horses and stinky poop all over the place. So we decided to find our own spot, and we did, right along the river, as you can see. Just cleaned up, about to go have dinner. It's about 6 o'clock, and Pierre is right there. We go on this way. See the river right there. See our shoes drying. Some mountains up there. There's our tent again.
Last breakfast on the trail. We've already taken down our tent. Our location was up in these trees over there, and our tent was nice and dry by the lovely South Fork of the Sun River. And now breakfast, oatmeal, coffee, a beautiful view. One last river to cross, and less than a mile from here, believe it or not, is our car. Back into the car, 18 miles to Augusta, cell phone service, and return to the real world. It's been a great hike.
Packed up camp last day, headed back to the car. We're walking down a road. We took our time this morning. We're gonna drive into Helena, first Augusta, and then Helena. Check out Helena, see what that's like. Cold front went through, so it's really a different atmosphere today. Less smoky, more crisp, and windier and cooler, but certainly not cold.